Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Tanya G, and we have Chris de Tecco, registered traditional practitioner of Chinese medicine from Ontario. And our jobs today is just to present a new kind of acupuncture that we both do. It's called Esoteric Acupuncture, and we're here just to offer some information to educate our community. So, Chris, we've just had a lovely chat talking all about esoteric acupuncture. So could we just start, we'll go right into it. So let's just start. Can you please share with everybody what is esoteric acupuncture?
All right, so esoteric acupuncture is a modality. It's based on the Chinese medicine acupuncture energy system, the energy pathways and points, but it's also encompasses the Hindu chakra theory, quantum physics, sacred geometry, and other aspects of the so-called ageless wisdom. And it's specifically designed, it's a heart-centered practice that's specifically designed to expand consciousness and to initiate healing at the fundamental energetic levels.
Ooh, I like that. I like that very much.
Hard to keep it in a small package, but that's the general gist.
That is like several different philosophies all rolled into one. And then what is the word esoteric? To you, what does that mean, that word?
So,
how would you explain it?
Esoteric, like there's a few ways people define it, but the way we use it with esoteric acupuncture, esoteric means that which is hidden or that which is not readily known. So this specific type of acupuncture is going to bring to light the hidden wisdom, the hidden energies within the person receiving the treatments.
That's very good. I like to share with people that esoteric to me means the sacred and the secret. Sacred and the secret. Same thing, different languaging.
Yeah, people see esoteric sometimes as like a dense sort of like, but it's a lot of ancient sacred knowledge was codified in such a way that the initiate had to work for the answers. They weren't just passing this information out to everybody. It was the people who had to really commit to the learning and the understanding would be enlightened to this wisdom.
That's kind of like us.
We had to work for it. We definitely had to work for it.
All right. So can you share with us, Chris, what is the purpose of doing esoteric acupuncture? Why would someone want to do it?
So yeah, why would someone want expanded consciousness? This is a great question.
That's it. Let's talk about what is expanded consciousness.
So people think of consciousness maybe as just being awake, being aware of their surroundings and such. But if we're just talking about our physical senses, like people say, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. But of the available bandwidth of light, we can only perceive like the narrowest, smallest percentage of that. Imagine we could see everything, right? Like imagine how that would change our perceptions of life and reality. Same thing with our mental viewpoints and our belief systems. We want to expand this to have a bigger perspective, a wider range of knowledge, a wider range of understanding. And with esoteric acupuncture, the biggest piece of the understanding we're looking for is understanding ourselves, who our true selves are, understanding like the existential dilemmas many of us suffer from, like why are we here, like what's the meaning of life, like what am I doing with it, is do I have a true purpose? Not to say that a single esoteric acupuncture treatment is going to shed light on all these things.
Well, you never know. Perfect timing.
The possibility is always there. But we want to start getting this ball rolling, like opening up these ideas, because and also like, and how can expanded consciousness help your health and healing journey? You may start to get perspectives as to like why are such and such events happening to me? Why am I suffering from these different health challenges? Why are there these perceived blockages in my life? And then you can probably start to unwind and unravel the methods you're going to find to transcend these issues.
And the purpose to transcendent is to know thyself and to come to deeper peace and to expand with love. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah. And expansion of consciousness, when we're talking about consciousness in esoteric acupuncture and in traditional Chinese medicine, it's related to the heart. We want to expand our heart energy, the love. Love is the most expansive frequency. And in Chinese medicine, they view the mind and the spirit as being under the governance of the heart energy. The heart rules the mind and spirit. So we want, so just an expanded life, an expanded consciousness means expanded health, like more vital energy. And the opposite of excuse me, the opposite of love is fear. And fear in Chinese medicine is governed by the kidneys, very contractive energy.
And think about that, how it affects our life. We will become energetically contracted.
Yeah. Well, just in the past year and a half with the pandemic, the fear, right? We've closed ourselves into our homes. We've closed ourselves off from other people. We're looking at all the different things that are unrolling, secondary to the actual virus, like the mental health issues, all these, like so many things going on. So we want to
come back here.
We want to come back to the heart, because we want to, but we don't want to be, we want to experience.
How about this? Come back here and then expand.
Yeah, right? Exactly. The gateway to higher consciousness is the heart. So cultivate love, and we're not talking like romantic love. We're talking like the unconditional love, that joy. You know.
I say to people that love is a force, and we think about that as the most powerful force in the universe. Love. You know, I do get some people to think, is this some type of hippie thing or thing? And I'm like, okay, so
maybe a little bit,
someone that we want to work with, but I'm just saying, not ready. But yeah, I think esoteric is so powerful, and also that radiation of love and that expansion of consciousness. I think of it as warding off. It wards off the negative influences that lead to sickness, illness, ill mind, ill heart, ill body. Yeah.
100%. And you can also think of it as, you know, love and that expanded consciousness is a higher vibration, and things like fear, and these are all denser things. So if you're vibrating at a higher vibration, these lower vibrations, they're not going to be able to stick to you like they will if you're, because it's about resonance, right? If you're resonating in a fear consciousness, fear is going to just stack onto you, no problem. And
so Chris, do you agree with me that esoteric acupuncture has the ability to raise the frequencies up to do exactly that? That's part of the whole expansion process, right?
I certainly do. And I also think that it's going to help put you more in tune and in connection with that frequency, with your own frequency as well. We want to build, like, and we'll discuss the actual technique and how it's different from Chinese medicine, needling, but we're basically building energetic fields to connect to, or I would argue, reconnect ourselves to our more true self, our more true consciousness, really. Trying to get too out there with the way I'm talking.
Yeah, we'll just bring it. We'll just harness it back in. So, Chris, you and I both understand that, and you were saying that esoteric is a compilation of many different philosophies rolled into one. And Mikio, our teacher, shared with us, it's a mixture of which ones again? We have the chakra system.
Yeah, so the main ones, of course, is the Chinese medicine system, but there's also the chakra system from the Hindu, like basically out of the Ayurvedic system, basically, but the idea of the chakra system. There's some quantum physics wrapped in there, sacred geometry. He also goes into certain aspects of the Kabbalah with the tree of life and such. It's basically, because if you start to look at a lot of different so-called religious or spiritual philosophic mystic traditions, and even if you start looking at the cutting edge quantum physics, they're all going in the same direction. They all start talking about the same sort of thing. And so he sort of blended all these things together along these common threads, which, amazing already at the beginning, but it's also amazing how philosophers and mystics from like centuries earlier than now are speaking in ways that are totally relevant to our existence right now, right? So, yeah.
So it sounds like now is a really good time to start doing deeper.
There's no time better than now.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
Well, let's share with everybody how, from very basics, how is a traditional Chinese medicine use of acupuncture different than esoteric? Because there's a significant difference. And so
Certainly.
share with everybody about that.
Certainly. So with esoteric acupuncture, we're using, other than maybe like 2 or 3 different points where we're in esoteric acupuncture, we actually locate them slightly differently. We're basically using the exact same points and the energy pathways as Chinese medicine. Whereas Chinese medicine, some techniques can be a little more heavy-handed, maybe. That's not the best way to say it. But
Well, just say it for what it is. Painful.
So we're looking to stimulate the qi, and there's usually
Yes.
some lifting and thrusting, and some patients don't find that the most comfortable, but it's effective therapy for moving the qi. But this is for treating the dense physical body.
Right.
Very effective. With esoteric acupuncture, we're needling the points with very fine gauge needles, very gently, almost
very superficially.
Yeah, very superficially, almost zero thrusting and such, because we're trying to access the finest grade of qi. So like in Chinese medicine, the heart governs the mind and the spirit. In Chinese medicine, we call the spirit the Shen. The Shen is the finest frequency qi. As energetic beings, the physical body is the densest level of qi. So by being extra gentle with extra fine needles, we'll be able to access that finer grade of qi. Other than if we're doing some heavy thrusting and lifting,
right.
We're going to be getting denser. So we want to access the finer grade of qi. We also needle in specific patterns. Every esoteric acupuncture treatment, we're going to do a specific pattern of points, and we're going to needle it in a specific order to create a sacred geometric shape or shapes on the body. And often with many of the patterns, there's a visualization as well. So the client will be guided to energetically connect the different points that have been needled to also in the sort of like the right brain visual center of the brain. We're going to also activate those points as well as on a physical level, because the idea is, as opposed to affecting the qi in the dense physical body, we want to go to the higher, finer, more fundamental frequencies of qi to get there. And so basically we create this grid on the body that's going to bring the vibration up, and if the patient, especially if the patient is like practiced in like either meditation or some sort of like doing inner work basically of some sort, the quieter the person's mind can get and the quieter the person can get, then these subtle connections and subtle information will start to open up for the person. And the treatment, some people ask, well, what can I expect of the treatment? Sometimes the treatment is a lot goes on during the treatment, and sometimes the treatment is, I would say all the esoteric acupuncture treatments, things are unfolding after the treatment, maybe in the days after. Aha moments start to happen. People like start to put things together. There's crystallizations, like, oh, that's why that's happening, or oh, I understand something now. This is the idea behind esoteric acupuncture. We want to expand your awareness, and these crystallizations start to happen. This deeper knowledge starts to happen, and it's not like it's deeper knowledge that we're downloading into you. It's being awakened within you.
Yes.
Like previously spiritual people would go look for a guru. That guru is within you, right? The heart is the gateway to that guru. Your heart. Follow your heart. It's never going to lead you astray if you're truly listening to the messages of your heart.
That's beautiful. So Chris, for you, and I can only share about from my side, but for you, who would be your best esoteric acupuncture client?
So ideal clients for esoteric acupuncture, people who are seeking
seekers,
what seekers of truth, wisdom, like people who, and often, like, for lack of a better term, people who are going through a spiritual awakening of some sort. Sometimes people have had a certain level of awakening and they're like, okay, I'm hungry for more. Other people are going through an awakening, but are confused as to, okay, what do I do with this information? Is this real? What have you? So there's that aspect. People who are open-minded, and yeah, just willing to explore that deeper dimension, and generally with the idea of the inner work going on, like people who understand that there's more to life than just, you know, doing your job, watching TV, paying taxes, and, you know, going to the mall, right? There's
Right.
like people who are interested in finding these existential answers might be a good
Good.
fit. You could argue everyone would benefit, but
Yes.
people in a very fear-based or closed-minded sort of lifestyle may not get the full benefits. And also, if they're very fear-based, you may have to do some treatments to sort of like balance the overall system, so it's not so fear-based or not so under the grip of terror, to actually begin to expand.
Love it. Love it. Well, that was well done. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure to be here with you.
We will have more talks about more in-depth ideology within esoteric acupuncture. And I will also post a picture of what an esoteric
Pattern looks like.
And a little bit about ourselves. So thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Tanya. Always a pleasure.